think Coach Frank Smith was saying that you've gotten better at learning when to be aggressive and when you don't have to be quite so aggressive on a play. How do you work through that?
Yeah, that is true. Me, my online coach, he's taught me to be aggressive, and I kind of took that as okay. I got to be aggressive. As far as in a pass pro, I got to be aggressive every play, meaning I got to jump. So now that I kind of like know the situation, know what the defense are presenting, that's when I can, set normal and jump. So yeah.
You know, obviously, when you play well and when you don't, but what does coach say that makes you feel good that you then know if it tells you this and this, you know you've made him happy and you've played well?
It's not only to me, is when he, compliments the whole room, all five guys. Is if he comes, you know, especially on the sideline, he's always like has juice on the sideline. So he comes there and saying, good job, guys. That's okay. We're doing our job. But it's when five guys are doing, what we're supposed to do and dominating that line is what's best.
Will he mention the length thing to you that you mentioned a couple weeks ago to me about using your length? Is that a talking point where he'll say, good job, I saw you use your length on this guy?
He'll bring it up here and there, but he doesn't bring it up. But at the same time is if he doesn't bring it up, I'll take it as okay, I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, I don't really look for me personally look for compliments. If he compliments us, is I just wanted to know that with all five guys, we're doing our job.
Jonah, you mentioned the aggression thing. Would you say that's the biggest lesson that you've learned as a rookie, or is there another one that comes to mind?
There's obviously a lot of things that I need to learn and what I've learned, but yeah, that's the main thing is especially for our group, we want to be aggressive and just like again, we got to know the situation, we got to know what defense are bringing, and you got to lay off of that, just let everything fall into our laps.
Four straight games with more than 160 team rushing yards. When the rush is going so well, what is that like from an offensive lineman's perspective?
That's our dream, that's our goal every Sundays, every Mondays, but it happens, during the week when we practice, and that includes all 11 guys on the offense. It's not just us five, but at the same time, it comes from our leaders in the offense room. They're always pushing us, the coaches as well. They're always pushing us to making sure that our standard is being presented on the field. So, us O-line, we love hearing that. So we gotta keep going.
Going back to what you were saying about the knowing when and when not to be aggressive, is there a play or an example that you can think of over the past couple of games when that kind of clicked for you on the field?
Yeah, I think first pass play against the Saints, Brian Bazee, and leading prior to that week, we knew that if a nickel shows that he's lower than a linebacker, he's going to cross my face. So usually, if I don't see that, I'll be aggressive because he'll maintain that B gap. But I peeked in from my peripheral vision that he's down, so I laid off of that, and he actually slanted inside. So it all worked at the end.
How much pride does O-line take that? As running backs change, Devon goes out of the game, Jalen Wright comes in, that run blocking is still solid, and you guys are helping pave the way for Wright to have his first 100-yard game.
Man, honestly, it doesn't matter who's back there, man. Whoever's running the ball, we're going to give it our all. So, like again, it was good seeing all three of our running backs touch the end zone. Seeing them, succeeding. But at the end of the day, it's our job to open lanes for them.
How does your personal confidence level feel now compared to the very beginning of the season?
It's better. I'll tell you what, it is 100% better, and that comes from preparation and more conversations with the guys in the room and more film. Because sometimes I go back and watch the things that I didn't do well in, and just putting myself in the defense shoes on what they're gonna watch. When they go against me, so I'd be like, okay, they're gonna do this because I did this. So it's definitely better than the first half of the season.